See that little mama birdie right there laying in her nest? You see her little head? Hi, mama. I don't want to bother her too much. Well, that little mama bird, she came and she built her nest quickly this year. They come back every year. Well, not the same birds, but the offspring, whoever comes back, somebody from their bird family comes back, and they build a nest there every year. And this year was super sad. They built their nest, worked hard on it, laid their eggs, hatched their babies. And after just a few days, we were watching them coming and feeding their babies, and the babies had started popping their heads out. And then I came home one evening from work, and I noticed that the nest was gone. And I was like, oh, that's weird. How did the nest disappear? And I'm like, they're too young to have flown the nest. What happened? And I thought maybe my husband just hadn't said anything yet because we hadn't talked, or maybe he just didn't want to tell me because he knew it would make me sad if something bad happened. And the next day I asked him about it and he hadn't noticed. And so I said, yeah, the nest is gone. And I went over and investigated, and the whole nest had fallen down and the babies died, and it was really sad. And then the next day, I was sitting at the kitchen table and I looked out the door and I could hear the birds. I could hear them singing their songs. And then so I looked out to see what was going on, and when I looked out there, I saw the mama bird fly from the tree over to that little perch where she had made her nest, and it was really heartbreaking. She was looking for her birds. She was looking around and looking, and she, clearly didn't know what had happened or understand or whatever. Or maybe she knew, but she didn't, have the understanding that we knew. And it was heartbreaking. I was watching her and she kept going, and coming and sitting there, and then she would look around some more. And then I didn't see her for a couple of days, and I wasn't sure what had happened. Maybe a day or 2 days or something. And then all of a sudden I looked out and there she was, her and her male partner, and they were rebuilding a nest right away. And obviously their concept of time and their timeline of life is shorter than ours. So, but it was just so interesting because I saw her mourning and grieving. I saw her doing that, and then I saw her start rebuilding. And immediately the Lord was speaking through this to me about us, and was just saying, so many things about how loss is part of this life, for humans, for animals. We all grieve, we all feel loss, but to not give up, to rebuild. And obviously the rebuilding will look different in every circumstance. For her, actually right now, I just showed you that image of her. They rebuilt the nest completely, and they built it quick. It seems like it went up faster the second time than it did the first time, which was really cool, even about the spiritual implications of that, how the Lord strengthens us, helps us rebuild, gives us back, what we lost, what the enemy stole, what the locusts have eaten, even 7 times more, just like Job. And even though we experience that loss, at the end of it, that loss, it's heavy and it's hard, and we can heal and get to a place where we walk through this life healed, in a place, and when I say healed, I don't mean moving on and leaving that pain behind, because it doesn't leave, but it comes to a place, the Lord heals us to a place, I guess, where we can carry the pain and it's bearable, and we can still have a good life. At the end of Job, it says, after all of that loss that we read about and all of that torment and suffering, it says that he had a good life and a long life. And we can say the same thing even after the most hurtful heartbreaks and loss and pain. Whichever way that we experience it, different for all of us. But so now that mama bird, they rebuilt the nest, she laid eggs, and right now you just saw her, she's laying on her new baby eggs, her babies in hatching, and they'll hatch pretty soon. And it's pretty remarkable to watch that not only do the animals have this capacity given by God, but so do we as humans. So don't give up. Yes, take the time to grieve and to go through the process and to feel your feelings, and to take it slow, but at the right time, rebuild in the Lord, with the Lord, on the Lord as your cornerstone, and we can still have a good life. Be blessed in Jesus' name.